And can I thank my great mate Colleen Haywood for her welcome to country there. My cabinet team, all members of WA Parliament and WA Labor candidate. Former Premiers, Mark McGowan and Peter Downing. Former leaders, Eric Ripper and Jim McGinty. Every single campaigner, volunteer and supporter, and in particular, our unions and their workers. To all those campaigning out in our regions today and watching this online, good morning and welcome. The WA Labor Party is a movement built on people giving selflessly of their time and effort. We can't do this without you. In fact, thanks to your incredible efforts, WA Labor has knocked on nearly 200,000 homes and made over 160,000 calls. Sincerely, thank you very much. It's been such a privilege leading this great party to the 2025 election. Being Premier of Western Australia is the most rewarding job. Every day I'm blown away by how good our state really is. And in this job, you have the opportunity to travel all across this great state. I've been meeting people from all walks of life, talking to people in all lines of work, but most of all, I've been listening. I've heard the aspirations of our youngest and brightest students. I've heard business owners that have backed themselves and their ideas and put faith in the WA economy. I've heard the priorities of parents raising kids in an increasingly complex world. And I've also heard the many challenges faced by households. All of these conversations, all of them from all corners of our great state, have helped shape WA Labor's vision for leading into this election. When Western Australians begin voting from tomorrow, they face the clearest choice in generations. Western Australia in 2025 is at an important crossroad. The government will be making decisions about the direction of our economy, our energy, education, how we support those less fortunate. Important decisions that will be felt for generations to come. At a time when there's so much at stake for Western Australia, steady leadership and experience have never been so important. Our state has taken great strides since the pandemic. Through some of the toughest global conditions, the Western Australian economy has prevailed. Our economy has grown by nearly 25% since pre-pandemic levels. Unemployment has averaged below 4% for the last 3 years, the best numbers on record. More than 343,000 great WA jobs have been created during our time in office. When it comes to growth and prosperity, WA has led the nation once again. This election is about two different choices for this state. It's about who has the experience and the vision to grasp the opportunities before us. This election goes to the heart of who we are. Who we are as Western Australians, what we believe we're capable of and how we will get there. Our vision, WA Labor's vision, is one that takes this state forward. We've used our time to establish powerful foundations for our economic future. But that's just the start. From a position of strength, we can do more, and we will. We can continue restoring WA's manufacturing capability and build more things here. We can reinvoke the spirit of ingenuity and resourcefulness which has always existed in this state. And we can restore the pride in these three simple words: made in WA. Now in this election, it gives you a choice. Do we back the industries and innovators that choose to open up in WA? That create new local jobs and train more workers, that generate benefits that stay in Western Australia? Or do we take the easy option and send work over east and overseas? I know the decision that I'd make. We're an extremely capable state and we need a vision to match. We can power WA on clean energy and we can export the products required for the world's clean energy transition. And we can diversify our economy, creating new local jobs for all Western Australians. We'll build the hospitals and the homes we need. And with a strong, diversified economy, we'll continue to provide real cost of living for those people who are doing it tough. Exactly. Our opponents, who are seeking to form government in just 2 short weeks, have no faith in this state. They don't believe in what we're truly capable of. They underestimate our abilities, and they always have. I was born and raised in WA, and I was 14 years old when the Liberal government closed the Fremantle train line. And nothing has changed. Just look at Metronet. The Liberal Party condemn it every chance they get. They described our Metronet vision as undeliverable, unrealistic. Now, I don't know about you, but I think the people of Ellenbrook might just disagree. I was also around when the Liberal government closed the Midland Railway workshops, despite promising that they wouldn't. And then, when we proposed to bring back locally built rail cars in Midland, they labelled it unachievable, an industry from a bygone era. But here we are, riding brand new WA rail cars on our Metronet system and soon on the Australind. Then there's the clean energy transition. Where do you start with them on this one? While they ignored the facts, we've acted. We've tripled the amount of renewables on the grid. And we're on track to phase out coal by the end of this decade. We will be the first and only state to do so in Australia. Friends, I believe in Western Australians, and because of that, I'll always aim high for this state. The WA Liberals have always aimed low. They turn their back on Western Australian industries. They sell us short, just like they sell off Western Australian assets. Like our freight rail network, they privatise our hospitals, and if they had their way in 2017, Fremantle Port and Western Power would also be in private ownership today. We deserve a government. WA deserves a government that will fight every single day for a future which is made in WA. Where we keep our most skilled workers, we retain our most innovative thinkers, and where we forge a path of a future opportunity for our kids. We know some people over east observe our success, the success of our mining industry with envy, and they write us off as a one-trick pony. But nothing could be further from the truth. Our economy is diversifying. Yes, our resources industry remains incredibly strong, something we should all be proud of. But other industries are actually growing at a much faster rate than mining. In fact, during our time in office, the value added to our economy by industries other than mining has grown by $80 million a year. Now, to put that into perspective, that's like adding 2 Tasmanias to our economy every year, each and every year. And manufacturing has been a big part of that growth, worth more than some $20 billion last year alone. To put our success down to mining alone is to talk down our other industries and the men and women that work in them. It's what we see the opposition continue to do. The government I lead will build these industries, working with them to shape the kind of future that we want for our state. That's what we're going to do. Today, I'm launching a plan that will bring WA products, innovations and manufacturing to the forefront of our economy. Friends, this is Made in WA. This is WA Labor's vision for jobs, for future jobs. It's our plan to make more things here in WA. We have always been the states that defied the odds, confronted the challenges of our isolation. Now, our economic history has been punctuated by many pivotal moments: the gold rush, the advancement of agriculture, the rise of iron ore mining in the Pilbara, the start of LNG exports from our northwest shelf. All have had a profound impact on our state's economic well-being. We're now at the beginning of Western Australia's next economic chapter. Our WA Labor government has invested in and attracted major job-creating industries and projects in WA. Advanced manufacturing, making rail cars and electric buses locally. Clean energy products, big batteries, lithium and rare earth refineries, green iron smelting and solar and wind farms. Defence industries like our role in AUKUS and at Henderson, the single biggest defence project in the country's history. The jobs of tomorrow will require skills, some old, some new. As a government, we've been investing in the skills and education our younger generation needs. We do things like free TAFE, because everyone should have their chance to make the most of the economic opportunities ahead of us. In my lifetime, I've witnessed what WA is truly capable of. Breakthrough medical developments like Fiona Wood's spray-on skin, a world-leading resources industry that has grown from less than 1 million tonnes a year when I was born in 1965 to around 1 billion tonnes a year today. And in my own backyard, Kwinana, I've seen the place transition to a global advanced industries hub. Imagine what's next. Made in WA is about preparing for the future. It's a choice to make more here. Now, I know we're an export state, but we should never export jobs and projects that we can do ourselves. This is our plan to elevate our skills and industries and set our economy up for the future. We've created significant industries of global scale before, and with Made in WA, we'll do it again. Now, all this growth, all this prosperity is going to need power. Affordable, reliable, clean power. It's going to need poles and wires and towers at epic scale. Until now, all of these things have been imported. But we know the grid that will power WA in the future can also be proudly stamped Made in WA. I've seen what's possible with Metronet infrastructure and rail cars. We can do the same thing with our electricity grid. We'll have two manufacturing hubs, one at Forestfield and one at Picton in the southwest. And they'll be our production lines for rewiring our state. These precincts will attract other businesses to make renewable products, all working together to fortify our grid and produce renewable energy. And then big batteries will soak up and store that power for when we need it most. But we simply cannot ignore the biggest and fastest growing power generator that exists in our state right now. Bigger than coal, bigger than gas, and that's our collective rooftop solar. In Western Australia, we have seen world-leading uptake of rooftop solar, and it continues to grow by the equivalent of 2 gas-fired power plants each and every year. True grid-scale power generation. The key is to capture more of it, and the key to that is more household batteries. So today, I can announce that WA Labor will turbocharge the rollout of household batteries right across the state. Under a WA Labor government, the residential battery revolution will begin. It's the start of a people-powered future. And the cornerstone of this plan is a WA First residential battery scheme. We'll offer up to $5,000 for WA households to get a residential battery, $7,500 for if you live in the north of the state. This will help tens of thousands of families install what is essentially their own personal power plant. Now, even with a rebate, we know it's still a big outlay for many households, especially for those doing it tough. So, to complement the residential battery scheme, we'll provide no-interest loans. These loans of up to $10,000 will be offered to households that may not be able to afford the upfront costs. The loan can then support the installation of batteries and solar for people who need the bill relief the most. This will be the most generous battery and solar rebate scheme in the country. It will drastically slash bills. It will be a permanent form of cost of living relief. It will be fast. It will be fast. Households can store a battery one day and enjoy the savings the next. And this is the fun bit, right? Under our plan, families will save around $1,500 a year. And at the same time, these families will be proud, knowing that they are contributing to WA becoming a renewable energy powerhouse. This is just the start. We're one of the global capitals for rooftop solar. We can also be a world leader for household batteries. Our residential battery scheme is the jolt we need for a more resilient, sustainable, yeah, I know it's a pun, I'm sorry. It's the jolt that we need for a more sustainable and resilient and affordable system. And I want to see these batteries made in WA too. Just like our commitment to making a vanadium battery in Kalgoorlie here in WA, we will also have the ability to make smaller batteries here as well. It's something our local industry can get around. In fact, they already are. WA businesses currently make batteries for remote power systems, industrial applications, outback EV chargers and more. These businesses have told us we can do more with economies of scale. So, the government, I lead, will give WA battery manufacturing, wait for it, the jump start. We'll create a $50 million fund to support industry to make more batteries in WA. Batteries have a vital role in our future. It's about cheaper bills. It's about local jobs and it's about cleaner energy, and it will all be made in WA. Friends, I'm proud to be standing with you today. I want to thank each and every one of you for your commitment. In this room and branch out to all corners of our state, we have a galvanised party. We are a team. And it's because of our unity that this state has taken great strides forward. This is an election where WA Labor takes nothing for granted. An election where everything that we have built over 8 years is at risk if we leave it to the WA Liberals and Nationals. Now, more than ever, Western Australia needs a steady hand at the wheel. Now, more than ever, Western Australia needs a WA Labor government. A WA Labor government that will deliver record cost of living relief, more homes built faster and more affordably, an incredible expansion of our hospitals and the dedicated workforce behind them, more hours of free kindy and after-school care for busy parents, major investments to our regional towns so they can grow, free TAFE and world-class local schools, Metronet, trains, electric buses and ferries. And of course, we'll make more things here in WA. Because as I look out on the crowd today, I see a team that has the experience, the energy and the unity to take this state forward. But we have to work hard. We now just have 2 weeks left until Western Australians decide who will take the state through the next 4 years. It's now up to all of us to spread the word that it's a WA Labor government that has the experience, the mettle and the determination not only to navigate the next 4 years, but to grasp the opportunities that are before us and ensure that everyone in this great state has a chance to prosper. Now, I'm not saying that Made in WA is an easy path, but it's the path that our kids and their kids will be grateful we took. By following our plan, we will keep our economy the strongest in the nation. We can make more things here and put manufacturing back into the heart of the WA economy. We can turn Western Australia into a renewable energy powerhouse because only WA Labor will help with the cost of living pressures. Only WA Labor has a plan for our hospitals. Only WA Labor will build the homes that we need. Only WA Labor will make things here. And friends, only WA Labor will do what's right for WA.